Hello everybody, my name is Swicey and welcome to my channel. Today we're in Chase's account and we're going to be taking over his arena, more specifically his 3v3, but also it's going to affect his classic and his live arena while we're at it. Um, we should also mention that I'm going to be doing Hydra on his account at a later date, maybe even today, but the video will be uploaded a bit later. It's going to be a much more in-depth side to Hydra because I haven't really done that recently. I've gone more in-depth into the arena side of things and I've neglected the Hydra side, which is something that a lot of people are still struggling with. And with Hydra Clash being such a nice place to get stuff, you definitely want to know how to do it. So I'll be going into that soon. Possibly the video after this, if not, then soon after that. But this is the account. Definitely a nice account with a lot of solid champions and a lot of stuff for us to work with, and plenty of champions that I am a very big fan of. So let's go ahead, hop into normal arena, and take a look at the teams we can make. So the first thing I immediately think, because there's a Mesomel, because there's an Arbiter, we definitely need to put these guys together in a team. And then another combo I was thinking was more of a Kaja and Timid team. Now, when it comes to Kaja and Timid, Kaja can be an amazing TM booster, good reviver. Timid can do some damage. She can also have a lot of utility. So I think what makes most sense for this is putting in Wukong with Kaja and Timid. Wukong for the speed lead, also to help us bring some more damage because we might lack damage in this team, but Wukong will come in and help us with that issue. Now with this last team, somebody that I've seen on the account a couple times is the Ragash. Now the Ragash is a 4-star, meaning 25% more crit damage, which is massive. I love Ragash and he's just amazing. Now, a few champions I'm going to point out that we're not going to get to use is Xena and Foley. Xena is the main nuker on my actual account, like my account. She helps me in plat. She helps me in high level gold live arena, and she really is just amazing. But for this takeover specifically, we won't be using her in these teams. Now eventually getting her up, using her in live arena and things is going to be very beneficial, but for now we're just going to go ahead and use what I'm working with now. Now something we're going to notice here is the lack of speed in this team. Now I've been thinking about it, and my first thought was we bring in Tremaria. Tremaria is going to be really nice with the debuff cleanse, stunning the other team, but this feels more like a go second team. And the other thing I was thinking is Wukong. Now Wukong is going to be constantly reviving, dealing damage, buff stripping. Now and Tremaria lacks the buff strip. So I think we build a debuffing Wukong and put him in here for the possible sheep, just to help us get through. And then we also should definitely bring in Brogni. Brogni is going to help us with blocking debuffs. He's going to help us take some hits, and he's going to be a debuff cleanser, which is nice. And then finally in this team, I'm definitely feeling a Kyoku, because we get that ally protect, we get that increased defense, we just get a lot of value from her being in here. Now, she isn't the most meta champion, but she's definitely going to do a lot of work for us. The only issue that I'm noticing with this team is heavy spirit. Rhodos is going to be the bane of this team. But that happens, and sometimes you win some, you lose some, you move on. Moving back up to this top team, I think Makash has to come in here because she's bringing a really strong buff strip. She brings an AoE, stun, she just does so much, and we definitely want her in here. Now, I don't know how good the speed gear is on the account, so to help us cut in and make sure we're not always losing these speed races, we're going to bring in Tormund. Tormund was my early, mid, late game carry. He's so amazing. Now that a lot of people got him for quote-unquote free, it's not a champion that you want to leave out of your lineup. Finally, in this team, it's got to be Wukong. I mean, I mean not Wukong, UDK. UDK is going to come in, make sure that we're not dying nearly as often as we would without him. Making sure that a team like this that would usually get pretty destroyed by Rotos doesn't get destroyed by Rotos, and hopefully we have a chance. So guys, I'm going to go ahead, get these teams built, named, and we're going to take them into normal arena and 3v3 arena once we've showcased all three teams. Anyways, let's get to it. I'll see y'all as soon as this first team's built. Alright guys, the first team is built. Arbiter, Lady Mikaj, Torment, and Mezimel. So starting off, we are going to go to Arbiter. No, Arbiter wasn't able to get that fast, but she was only 298 when I got on. I was able to get her to 330. She's in triple speed set. She's in Intimidating Presence, and she's going down into Time Meter Invention and Cycle of Revenge for as much turn meter as possible. Next up is going to be Lady Mikaj. Lady Mikaj is in 4-piece Stone Skin and 4-piece Perception. She is at 60k HP, 3.6k defense, 277 speed, and 522 accuracy. She is fully booked on both sides, and she has 3-star Life Harvest. And then she's going down into Eagle's Eye with Cycle of Revenge and Retribution. Next up is Torment. Now, Torment's build is a little different, not something I usually do, but there is definitely a lack of stun and provoke gear on this account, as well as damage gear overall. So I decided a relentless set would still be good. We get a lot more chances to CC, as well as he can do some damage, because I did get him with some damage stats. He's a little on the defense and a little on the HP, but it's what I could do for now. So about 40k HP, 4k defense, 192 speed, which is slow, but it's Torment, so it's okay. 100% crit rate, 250 for crit damage, and 351 accuracy. He's almost fully booked except for one on the A1, and he has 1-star polymorph and is going down into Helm Smasher with counterattack masteries to help him get some more damage out of his build. And then last in the team is going to be Mezimel. So Mezimel is in Savage. She is at 5.5k attack, 193 speed, 100% crit rate, and 281 crit damage. So she is slow. She's definitely slow, but with the team setup, we should hopefully have enough chances to go ahead and CC the other team so that we can go ahead and get a turn on her. She is fully booked on both sides, so she's going to be doing some crazy damage and has a 5-star Soul Reap. Pretty crazy. And then going down into Helm Smasher with Cycle of Revenge and Retribution. Pretty happy with the build. She should be pumping out damage like crazy. Let's go ahead and take this into a speed team. Now this is where the team should shine. It's RNG, but as you can see right there, it isn't that rare of a chance. We're going to go ahead, hop into our other side here, stun the other team because, I mean, it's basically guaranteed. Now, we're going to go ahead and buff ourselves. We are going to hop sides because actually we should just go ahead and AoE them. Hop in here and we one-shot the team. Mezimel is pretty awesome. Next up, let's go against a slower team. Now, I'm not too sure how this one's going to pan out. It could end up pretty bad, or it could end up pretty good. We'll just have to see. Attacks all enemies, decreases the duration of all enemy buffs. And, okay, no, actually, we want to go to the other side. We want to strip their buffs. That is pretty solid. Now, again, we are going to buff ourselves, hop to the other side, and then throw out a solid AoE nuke. Ooh, just barely wasn't able to get down the Candrafon. But that ends up being fine. Because of the team we have going on here, we are kind of getting screwed. Let's go ahead and stun them. Try to get ourselves back around to a turn on Mezimel here. Get increased attack back up and hop back into an A1. We might lose this one. Actually, no. We get a counterattack and we pop off. Now we need a couple more turns on Arbiter, but we should be okay to get everybody back up and going. Tormund's accuracy is a little bit low, sadly. Definitely something I wish I was able to get a little bit higher, but it is what it is. It happens. I mean, can't always win them. So let's increase our buffs. Ooh, no, this isn't good. Okay, Tormund coming in again, doing his freeze work. Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna be able to get around on our Arbiter. We're really trying here. Okay, all right, it's close, very close. Let's go ahead and ally attack into the other team, give ourselves some increased crit damage. Uh, Man, Krisk is not making this easy on us. Okay, so definitely don't want to take this team into a team like this. We got close, but that's only because their builds weren't that great, honestly. A better built team like that, and we simply lose. Now, again, taking it into another speed team is really the best option. Now, we could be faster, which we are. Um, Swap to the other side, and then go ahead and stun the entire team. It's such a strong, just such a strong set of abilities there. Now, we're going to go here and block revive the Wukong, hop back out, and we kill the Georgian. Now, we shouldn't have many issues getting the rest of everybody down. Without a Wukong to terrorize us, we just get to hop in here and destroy everything. I really love this team, guys. It's just so strong. You can never really you can never underestimate a Mesnamel, a Tormund. They're two amazing champions that, when put together, just control the battlefield, and that's what you love to see, really. I mean, obviously, we have Mikaj going in here and doing God's work, taking out everybody we need. Let's go ahead, buff ourselves, and then get rid of that Inithwi, so we no longer have to deal with the damage dealer. And then from there, it's basically a guaranteed win. Um, I don't see a world where we can lose from here. Let's swap sides and then throw out an A2. That should kill everybody. Yeah, it does. She's so crazy. Alright, now that team works really, really well, and I'm very happy with the result. Let's hop in, get a new page, and then let's check out the second team, which I still have to build, but let's get a page going. What is a team that we'd like to take this into? You're looking probably more at hybrid teams at this point when it comes to 3v3. This one could be very strong. Let's go ahead, hop in here. This one is called the Circus. This one's called Haken. Or I'm not too sure. I mean, I have the most just a plain accent ever. I don't know how to properly pronounce this. Basically, it's like Japanese spirits, being Mesomel like a werewolf, a wolf spirit, and then Japanese from Mikaj. So let's hop in here and let's get the circus built. Yeah, I'll be right back as soon as it's built, guys. See you then. Okay, guys, we have this team built. Now, we had to sub out Timid for somebody else, which ended up being Basher, because we were running into some big issues. We were running into the fact that we don't have the gear for Timid on this account yet. And I do still think Timid comes in as the best sub for this part, because that boosts, I mean, her and him both. And that really is nice. But when we have no gear, and we need a good support to go into this team along with Wukong, you got to bring in somebody, and Basher was that guy. So let's go ahead and show you the builds, and then we're gonna hop in and do some damage to these teams. First is UDK. He's just in 6-piece stone skin, 82k HP, 4k defense, only +5 speed, which is great. 219 resistance, which is low, 243 accuracy, which is low. He's not booked, he has 4-star polymorph, and he doesn't have masteries, because I don't want to spend the gems on his masteries. They're good, they're important, but they're not a necessity right now. I'm sure over time he can go ahead and farm them up, no problem. Next up, we have Wukong, the main damage of the team, really the only damage of the team. He's an instinct and perception. He's at 5k attack, 221 speed, 100% crit rate, 278 crit damage, and 314 accuracy, which isn't bad at all. Decently happy with it. A little slow, maybe, a little low on attack, but for the account, it's pretty solid. He is fully booked as 4-star Soul Reap and is going down into Helm Smasher with Master Hexer. Now, the next on the team is going to be Kaja, a champion I wish I had. She's actually really, really good, guys. She's in 3-piece protection, 2-piece perception, 2-piece speed. She is at 66.5k HP, 2.8k defense, a little on the defense. And the defensive stats aren't where I'd like them to be, but the speed is almost as good as Arbiter at 326. And yeah, so then we have fully booked, and the masteries are just the normal any reviver ever masteries of just Spirit Haste, Timely Intervention, Lasting Gifts, and Cycle of Revenge. Last, and the team is going to be Basher, the champion I had to go and fully leveled because he wasn't leveled and we needed him. He is in triple perception at 269 speed, 576 accuracy. He isn't booked, sadly, which is actually pretty big for this. He really needs this, but it's fine for now. And he's going down into Eagle Eye, which is all that really matters on him. He needs that accuracy. He needs to get people locked out. So we're going to take this team up against a few different types of teams to really learn what it's best at. Now, I'm going to assume it is going to be the other speed teams, because usually speed teams are good into speed teams. This is also a hybrid team. Who is the squishiest here? Deacon? Yeah, Deacon was pretty squishy. Oh, it's supposed to lock him out for 2 turns. I guess I might have misunderstood that. I don't know. No, we don't have that. I think we're about to get the Valk shield up, which would suck to deal with, so let's go ahead and get them out of here. Nice. Is this a cleanse? Also, yes. Okay, cool. I don't know too much about her. I just know she's very solid and a general idea of what she does. I didn't know if that was a cleanse or just the TM boost and block debuffs. So actually, she's better than I thought. So that team worked out pretty well. It was a lower level team. He is somehow in gold 3v3. I mean live, but that's a question for another day. Now let's take this into... Now, I wouldn't take it into a Harima team. That's really the last thing you want to take this into. I feel like speed teams are just really what you like taking most teams into. So we do this, we boost, we lock out, and then we are going to just take our A2 straight into Vlad, and it shouldn't be a problem. A2 into Vlad, that kills out. We do want to try to lock down the Siffy, because if not, then, yeah, then that happens. Okay, let's, okay, so now we're going to just try to play around the Wukong UDK for as long as possible. We didn't get... Didn't quite get all that we wanted out of that. Oh my word. Okay. Let's go A2 into her. Now we really just need to try to get back around to Wukong here. Vlad putting in some insane work here, honestly. In a team that's cycling like this, Vlad is going to do absolutely amazing as he's done this fight. We might just straight lose this one. But Wukong plus UDK can be a very tough duo. With some more resistance, I think there was a much better chance, but here we're just getting cycled to death and there's nothing we can do there. Our first team would take that one on much better. This one we might be able to do. We can try it. If they're faster, we kind of struggle, but there's still a chance that we can pull through. These are very slow arbiters, which is very confusing to me. I don't know why anybody wants to run their arbiter this slow. Now let's go ahead. A2 into arbiter. Not bad damage. We're more looking to one-shot the whole team, but sometimes that isn't quite the damage you get, and that's fine. Let's just go ahead and try to get rid of the Helicath because he is going to be the really annoying one. Yeah, alright. Well, we can get rid of everybody else, and then we'll come back and clean him up. Alright, there we go. Nice. Nice work. Do keep in mind, we're only level 88, guys, so this isn't like we have the best gear and we can fight the best teams. The people that aren't level 100 yet are still at our level. This isn't a Kraken takeover. He definitely has a very strong account, a lot of champions for his level. But yeah. Ooh, that was close. And that's the nice thing here. We only really need one turn on a slower team of them being locked out for us to really make some moves and get them out of here. That only took one real turn of them being locked out for me to get rid of one person and then cycle back around to kill the next. Let's go against one more team, one that could be possibly problematic. No, I don't want to go against just an absolute powerhouse like this one. This one is rough for even my main account. But what is one that we could try to take on? We can try this one. No, there's a chance we lose. It is a Murtu. It is a Hefrak. If it's a Stone Skin, yeah, that's not what we wanted to see. Can lock that out. We can try to see. Nice, we stole Stone Skin. That means we win this one. A little bit close. There wasn't. It was RNG for sure. But a win is a win, and we take that. So now, guys, we have the last team to tackle. This team is the Jungle Party. It is Wukong, Brogni, Kyoku, and Ragash. Now, my goal here is going to be building Wukong in pure damage or possibly pure debuff. Yeah, it'll probably be pure debuff because we need Ragash in damage, and there isn't as much damage gear to go around as we'd like to see. So, we're going to see what I can do. We do also to keep in mind which champions we're going to be using also in Hydra, because, again, this is partially a Hydra takeover, and we have to keep in mind our silver, keep in mind where we are going to be focusing. So the two Wukongs are for sure going into teams. Brogni is going to be going into Hydra as well, most likely. Mikaj for sure. The how do I forget her name? Kaja. Kaja's probably going into one. So yeah, I could also see Ragash, guys. Do keep that in mind when you're building your arena teams. You're allowed to build them for multiple purposes. So this Brogni build could just be a Hydra focused build, and that's all right. So I'm going to go ahead and get these built, and then we'll be right back. With the final team built, we can go ahead and check out the builds. So it is called Jungle Party, just because it's like two jungle animals, I guess. I don't know. Speed and perception on Wukong. He's at 278 speed, 492 accuracy. He's fully booked. Has 1-star life harvest is going down into Eagle Eye. Next up is going to be our Brogni. Brogni's in regen just because the best gear was regen gear. It's not really that I wanted regen, it's just it worked out that way. He's at 83k HP, 2.8k defense, 235 speed, a little 200 accuracy. He is fully booked as 1-star life harvest and is going down into Giant Slayer because I still want him to be useful elsewhere. I think it would be really dumb to not have him still be useful elsewhere. And honestly, he can for sure change him back into Smite whenever. It's really nice to have Life Harvest in a go second team. Next in the team is Kyoku. Kyoku is in 7-piece protection. She's at 50k HP, 5.6k defense, 225 speed, and 263 resistance. She's fully booked as 2-stall polymorph. Is going down into Giant Slayer and Lasting Gifts, Master Hexer. So she's still useful elsewhere. We really, if this was purely PvP champion, we'd just go Bulwark, make her even more tanky, more HP, a little less speed, but we're happy with how she is. And last is Ragash. Sadly, we couldn't get him into Savage or Lethal or Instinct or any other of that. So he's at 43k HP, 5.3k defense, 209 speed, 100% crit rate, 255 crit damage, 171 accuracy. He sadly isn't booked at all. With books, he becomes a lot stronger, as do most champions, and he's going down into Helm Smasher with counterattack masteries, making sure to get methodical because he's going to be using his A1 a lot. So let's go ahead and take him into this team. We're looking for more go second-ish teams. We're not looking to fight the most fast nuking teams ever. Get that out. Then we nuke. We try to nuke. I mean, it's not the best nuke ever, but we'll take it. Just use your A1s. Try to build up the damage because without Savage, it's rough to get damage out really hardcore. Unless it's a very squishy nuker. And that is something I'm wondering, is if we could possibly take this into a speed team and just have them just try to cut in to their nuker. So let's refresh real quick. These are a bit tough for the squad. Something like this wouldn't be bad. I mean, that'd be a pretty easy win. Something like this is kind of what I'm thinking. Now, there's a high chance they just straight outspeed and we never cut in. Do keep that in mind. I'm well aware that's probably what's gonna happen here. Yeah, we just got destroyed. Okay. So not quite like that. It's gonna be lower level teams for the time being. It's really the gear. Um, I spent like 120 million silver just leveling gear because there wasn't much gear, and that's not his fault. I mean, it really does take a lot of time to try to get gear. And his account isn't even to Physics yet. So where he is for how long he's been playing is very solid, and absolutely no hate towards his progression. It's really good. Okay. Let's try to just get rid of Python. Not a tanky build on this Python at all. Um, just, yeah, keep stunning people. I still think that a full support Wukong is still an amazing build. Even though it's not the meta, even though it's not what I use, I still recommend it. If you need somebody to just come in and do a lot of work for you, you don't have a Kaimar, you don't have any of those types of champions, Wukong comes in, does the job real well. Now this will be the last fight here, and then we're going to take the teams into 3v3, where hopefully he can go ahead and get into silver tag team. Let's look for something that's not too hard, but not too easy. A lot of these are really easy fights, honestly, guys. A lot of people are just throwing whatever they can together to get a little bit higher up. So let's tackle this one. This first team, we're probably looking at this one. It's not hard at all. The next, definitely taking this and this. These, like I said, these aren't hard teams, especially when you have a Mezamel. A Mezamel team, Mezamel is massive. You shouldn't really struggle that much. But if you are, hopefully you can learn from this video, and hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, please be sure to leave a comment, leaving some thoughts and opinions. On Friday, we're going to be starting up the Hell Hades free-to-play series. we are going to be trying to compete, but if we end up pulling like an absolutely god tier Lego champion, I'm probably just gonna break off of the challenge and go do my own thing, just have a free to play series. Because if I get like the new Void Legendary, there's no way I'm just like not gonna use it because it's a limited time champion and stuff. I mean, that's all ifs and what ifs, and we'll just have to see how it works out. But that's my thoughts on it. I'm sure it's going to be a whole lot of fun, and I hope you guys are excited to join in and watch how I do, how everybody else does, and hopefully you guys want to get involved too, because the more people, the more fun it could be. All right. Something to mention if the reason, well, I didn't even quite explain. The reason I'd have to break off if I got a legendary and wanted to use it is because no legendaries allowed unless it's the fusion. And yeah, I mean, for me personally, if I get like a Georgette or something or a Yumiko, I just want to go break off and use the champion because it's a cool champion. Nothing else besides that. Now, this team just obliterates any team you go against down this low. That should just handle it, no problem. Let's go ahead and TM boost. We lock out. They do that, which kind of sucks, but get in, no problem. Easy win. Oh, goodness. Let's do one more fight and then we'll call it quits here. Let's grab this one? No. Let's just refresh and see if there's anything new. That's a bit too strong. These look okay. This is just a stall team. This is speed. That is a bomb. Okay. So let's go ahead and let's take this team into the speed team. Actually, no, let's do it like this. I think that makes more sense. We're going to take our just full nuke into the stall, so hopefully it doesn't stall us out for too long. Yeah, let's go ahead and let's give them weaken. Try to provoke. Oh no. Alright, buff, swap sides, and hopefully just straight one shot. Yep. Oh my goodness, another just straight one shot. Alright, team boost, lockout, and A2 into Lydia. Another easy win. And for this last team, we want to sheep him because that is the last champion I want to deal with when trying to use a block debuffs team. That sucks. Holy crap. Ah, we can't. He's just gonna revive. That kind of sucks. But we do have Wukong, who can just take that right off of him and kill them all again. Oh, well, he won't kill them all again. Oh, he just just dies. All right, there we go. So guys, if you did enjoy this video, if you did learn anything from this video, please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. If you're not already in my Discord, you can join through the link in the description. You can find account help like this for yourself. You can find an amazing community of people that are happy to help. You can find me there too. And yeah, I will see y'all in the next one. Peace out, guys.